Hey YouTube, well it's the 18th of March and so it was in the high 40s today, low 50s, so it's after dinner now, but I thought I would show you this. So this is the maple that I cut up yesterday, I think it was, and it ended up where I've gotten, I think there's 4 or 5, maybe 6 1x12. The rest of them ended up being small. You can see there's some 1x6, 1x8, and I'm going to use whatever I have here. Now I said that I wanted to have 1x12, and that's what I do want because of counting it in order to know how many I need to do the job. So basically 15 lifts. If I have 15 courses of wood on here, that'll give me enough for all the sheathing that I need. So it's quite a bit to go yet. There's only two lifts and one board there. So anyway, that's what I have to do yet there, and I'll show you what I did over at the mill. Okay, so at the mill then, I put a 12-foot, maybe it's 12-foot 6 piece of red oak on there. And what it gave me was an 8x8 cant, which is good, but I would have liked to have something bigger. Now the first board there has some wane on it, you see on the top. I cut all of them on the mill at one time. I just went down without moving them because I have stuff on the sawmill there that I want to get out of the way, and I didn't want to have to transfer this. So I'll just get that, or I mean not on the mill, but on the backhoe. So I'm going to take that over to the neighbor, dump it off, and then I'll take these 1x and put them over on that pile that I just showed you. If you look pretty close there at them, except the bottom board's a little wide yet. I could probably cut a little off of it, but they look pretty nice and even as far as the same size goes. So it doesn't really matter the sheathing if it's 1x6, 1x8, 1x12. I would rather have, 1x12 because I can do the figuring better on moving on how many pieces I need. But as long as I have it laying out on the sticker pile, that also will give me, you're looking at 48 board feet per layer. So figure 15 layers will give me all that I need for the roof and for the sides. Somebody had said something about in a comment that they thought that maple or whatever would rot quick. Now maple does rot fairly quick, and so does red oak, which is what this is, but it doesn't rot any quicker being on the sheathing of a wall, because the wall's covered in insulation and it's going to be covered in plastic or vinyl siding. So as long as there's no leaks, the wood's not going to rot. It's no different than plywood. Plywood will rot, and the worst thing is that I think it's boy, I must have bought a thousand truckloads of this stuff. It's chipboard, but I can't remember the name of it. I think it's aspenite, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, that stuff is murder. You get that wet and it just falls apart and never goes back together. It's not like where you could take wood, you repair a hole, it dries out and the wood's still good. This aspenite, once it gets wet and the glue comes apart, it doesn't go back together. So we're going to try this, see how things hold up. A 4x8 sheet of plywood is better for corners, because it holds the structure with that 4x8 sheet more on a 90 than what these boards will. So when I go to put these boards up, I'll be putting some cross boards in, or I could even use some metal cross beams. They're just like a sheet metal that's made to look like a T. You cut a line through the wood and then you just tap it in place to hold the building square. It's not hard for me to hold it square. I can do it with boards on the outside. Normally the boards on the outside would go up and down. I'm not putting them up and down because I've seen too much trouble with them up and down you know, going up and down. So I'm going to go sideways, and then I want to make sure I cover it with probably foil-backed aluminum, and then I'll be covering it with vinyl siding. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Keep mice from coming up between the boards and stuff as well. So that's how I'm going to do that once I get going. I was back there fooling around a little bit today, just, you know, laying a tape down to see what I have to do there. So this one oak or pine tree has to come down. I was trying to figure out which way to drop it. I could probably drop it that direction, but I'm thinking about dropping it between the two buildings here, between this one and this one. Just drop that tree straight towards where the camera is. I think I'll be all right with that. I gotta check and see roughly where the branches are going to end up, if they're going to clear the building here or not. But when I go to cut that down, I should probably videotape. It'll be pretty funny if I wreck my garages. I wouldn't be happy about it, and I don't think I will. I'll just do it on a nice calm day, put the backhoe behind the tree, and make sure I push it with the backhoe to get it to come this direction. Be a lot easier to have it drop right here. I can cut the branches off and put it right onto the mill. So anyway, I'm thinking about that. A lot of people have asked me about this crane. I want to get the crane in place, but right now you can't buy concrete. So I don't know what's going on with that. I called the two places. Well, let's see. One place I called. The other place I saw was closed down. So I don't know if they're going to be opening this week or next week or what's going on, but we'll have to see. But I'd like to get that set as well. But anyway, this is the thing I was doing today. I didn't get to make a video of me cutting it because I was I came out without the camera, and the next thing you know I was cutting. So anyway, I cut that, and I had cut another one up too, but I took that somewhere else. So yeah, so I'm going to take these later on and put them over where this stuff is, over here. And once I get 15 layers of it, then I'll know that I have enough to do the garage addition. Alright, so anyway, that's what I was working on today. I shoveled up a little bit here. I didn't blow it off yet. They were calling for rain today, and it does look like it's going to rain, but I don't know what tomorrow's supposed to bring. I don't know if it's just clearing up or if it's clouding up. It was like this all day today. This is actually some pretty nice red oak here. Looks like it got a couple bugs in it. Oh man, this is like clear. There's a knot in it. You know, it's really funny. You cut great big logs and you think you're going to get some nice, really nice stuff out of that, and you don't. And then you cut these smaller ones only to find out that you're getting some really nice wood out of these. Those bugs weren't in the wood. They flew between the wood that warped up a little bit. Look at how nice that is. Man, oh man. Wow. That's a shame to use that for sheathing. It's beautiful, that stuff. This is definitely worth $8 a board foot once it's dried and planed. But I have a need, and I've got a whole garage full of red oak over there. This 12-foot stuff would make good flooring. Oh yeah, very nice. It's still pretty wet too. Okay, so that's what I was doing today, and I figured I'd just get the video, at least you could see what I was working on. Need to close up my Woodmizer then. And this stuff here is definitely getting nice and dry. I can't wait to start planing that. I'm going to cut the 1x12, or enough of the 1x for the sheathing of the garage that I need. So I'll get 15 layers put over here, and then after I do that, I'm going to work on planing this, because by then it should be the end of the month. This one here, I was going to use this one log here, but it's not quite 12 feet, and I actually need 12 feet plus 2 inches. So this one here I might be able to get some out of, and I know I can get it out of this end one. This is ash, and I really don't want to use it for that, but whatever. There's a lot of 12-footers here yet that are ending up pretty nice wood. Apparently where they got the trees from, there wasn't any kind of, I mean, they look a little rough laying here, but they're actually coming out nice. So where they got them for me from, there wasn't any bad growth there. There was just a lot of water. This one here is probably going to end up only getting me a 4x4 out of that. Maybe a little more than that, but not much more. Very nice wood. Wow. Really nice 1x12. Or 1x8, 12 foot long. Okay guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching.